like give a broad overview of what is critical race theory.
Yes, so I'm actually going to read a definition from Critical Race Theory: An Introduction, um, by Richard Delgado and Jane Stefanchich. It's um, a like entry level college book,
Yeah, that was another
and
hard book for me to read too.
it right.
Yes.
Um, but it's really good because it's very short.
Mhm.
Um, it's definitely a lay level book, not an academic book. Um, and Gene Stefanchich and yeah, Richard Delgado and Gene Stefanchich are husband and wife, and they have been in the critical race theory space since the very beginning. They were actually at the initial meeting, the first meeting, where critical race theory actually became a theory, where the phrase or the name was coined by Kimberly Crenshaw and Mari Matsuda. They were, part of like the original group in like 1989. 87 or 89. But it says the critical race theory movement is a collection of activists and scholars engaged in studying and transforming the relationship among race, racism, and power. So, what is critical race theory? Critical race theory is a movement, and this movement is meant to transform the relationship between race, racism, and power. Critical theory itself, but just looking at critical race theory is extremely concerned about power dynamics, who holds the power, and looking at the structures of power, how do we either take power from the dominant group, those with the power, to be able to disperse it to the larger crowd, or how do we have a conversation of overturning the oppressors? How do the oppressed overturn the oppressors? But this is all in relation to race. So
Yeah.
how do we look at power dynamics on race? How do we like eradicate a lot of the power structures based on race? And so this is where you can see some of the Marxist ideology just not applied directly to economics, but looking at it from the standpoint of race. So at one point in history, we were looking at the proletariat and the bourgeoisie, and how come the working class never overthrew when they had the opportunity, the ruling class. And many people would say that there was a way of thinking that had been ingrained in the working class that allowed them to continue to participate with their oppressors in a way that was not beneficial to them. I believe many critical race theorists would say the same, that the oppressed classes participate in ways or norms that are just ingrained with us within society without overturning the society itself, partially because we probably ignorantly see this as something that is to our benefit to a degree. But critical race theory is committed to the overturning, the transforming of race, racism, and power.